Welcome back to Studying for Nursing School. Today we'll be talking about the gastrointestinal system. Okay, we'll go over the anatomy of the digestive system. Step 1, take in food. Step 2, break down food. 3, absorb digested molecules. 4, provide nutrients. And 5, eliminate waste. Okay, so we'll go over the path of food. Step 1, it goes through the oral cavity. It's the first part in the digestive system. It's enclosed in the lips and cheeks and includes the teeth and tongue. The primary function is to masticate or chew and moisten food. 2, the pharynx connects the mouth to the esophagus. 3, the esophagus, a muscular tube about 25 centimeters long. Food travels down to the cardiac sphincter. Step 4, the stomach, an enlarged segment of the digestive tract. There is the opening of the stomach, which is called the cardiac sphincter. The stomach has folds called rugae that increase its surface area. And the exit of the stomach is called the pyloric sphincter. Step 5, the small intestine, 6 meters long. It consists of 3 parts. The duodenum has more finger-like projections, has a larger diameter, and it is thicker than the other 2 parts. This increases the surface area and allows for more absorption of nutrients. Small intestine is the primary site for diffusion of nutrients into the blood. 6, the large intestine includes the cecum, colon, rectum, and anal canal. Cecum is just where the large and small intestine meet. The primary function of the large intestine is to compress the waste and collect any excess water that can be recycled. Okay, and we have an example for the path of food. It goes right in the mouth, down the esophagus. It hits the stomach first. We go to the small intestine, then the large intestine, and then we have the ileum, and then it goes through the rectum, out the anus for waste. We have accessory organs. We have the liver, weighs about 1.36 kilograms. It's located in the upper right quadrant of the abdomen. It's divided into 2 quadrants, the right and left lobe. The functions of the liver: digestion, bile salts emulsify and help break down fats into fatty acids and glycerol. Excretion: bile contains excretory products from the hemoglobin breakdown. Nutrient storage: the liver removes sugar from the blood and stores fat and vitamins, copper and iron. Nutrient conversion: the liver converts some nutrients into others. Example, amino acid to lipid. Detoxification of harmful chemicals: the liver removes ammonia from the blood and converts it to urea. Synthesis of new molecules: the liver synthesizes new blood proteins such as albums and fibrinogens. The pancreas, composed of endocrine and exocrine tissues that perform several functions. First is secreting bicarbonate ions, which neutralizes acids. It secretes digestive enzymes that are important to all classes of food. It produces insulin and glucagon, which regulate blood sugar levels. The accessory organs continued. We have the gallbladder, nestled under the liver, stores concentrated bile. The tongue is a large muscular organ that occupies most of the oral cavity. It moves food in the mouth and, in cooperation with the lips and cheeks, holds the food in place during mastication. Saliva keeps the oral cavity and moist and begins the process of chemical digestion with the enzyme amylase. 3 pairs of salivary glands are present. We have the parotid, which is the largest. It's located in front of the ears. The submandibular, which is located below the mandible. And the sublingual, which is the smallest, and it is located in the bottom of the oral cavity. Okay, and we have an example for the accessory organs. We have the liver, the pancreas, we have we have the gallbladder, the bile duct, pancreatic duct, and we have the duodenum. Okay, for digestion. Digestion is the breakdown of food into molecules that are small enough to be absorbed into the bloodstream. We have mechanical digestion, which breaks down large food particles into smaller ones. Chemical digestion, digestive. Enzymes break covalent chemical bonds into organic molecules. Carbohydrates, broken down into monosaccharides. Protein, broken down into amino acids. Fats and lipids, broken down into fatty acids. And then we have absorption, which begins in the stomach. It can pass through the stomach epithelium into circulation. Most of it occurs in the duodenum or jejunum. First and second part of the small intestine is where absorption happens. Okay, and we have enzymes, common enzymes that are found. We have amylase, which is produced in the mouth and breaks down carbohydrates. Pepsin, produced in the stomach and breaks down proteins. Lipase, produced in the pancreas and secreted into the small intestine to break down lipids. Peptidase, produced in the pancreas and secreted into the small intestine to brown down peptides into amino acids. Sucrase, produced in the small intestine and breaks down sucrose into glucose. Lactase, produced in the small intestine and breaks down lactose into glucose. Okay, and we have here, we can just go over some examples. Carbohydrates are broken down into sugars by enzymes like amylase, sucrose, isomaltase, maltase, and lactase. Proteins are broken down into amino acids by enzymes like pepsin, trispin, and peptidase. Fats are broken down into fatty acids by the enzyme lipase. Okay, and we have disorders of the digestive system. We have the stomach. Vomiting results primarily from irritation of the stomach and small intestine. Ulcers occur from specific bacterium, Helicobacter pylori, thought to also have been caused by stress, can be treated with antibiotics. Peptic ulcer, condition in which the stomach acids digest the mucus lining of the duodenum. We have the liver. There is cirrhosis, disease characterized by damage or death of liver cells, which are replaced by connective tissue. Hepatitis, inflammation of the liver. For the intestine, we have irritable bowel disease, the general term for Crohn's disease. Crohn's disease includes a localized inflammatory degeneration that causes the wall of the small intestine to thicken. Ulcerative colitis, limited to the mucus of the large intestine. We have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, disorder of an unknown cause in which intestinal mobility is abnormal, and we have pain in the left lower quadrant. Malabsorption syndrome, spectrum of the disorders of the small intestine that result in abnormal nutrient absorption. And then we have appendicitis, which is the inflammation of the appendix that usually occurs because of an obstruction. Okay, and that looks to be all. Next time we'll be talking about the reproductive system of the male and female organs. If you like this episode, go ahead and leave a rating on whatever you're listening to, whether that be Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And if you're listening on YouTube, you can go ahead and comment down below any informative tips or tricks that I should put in my next video. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Bye.